Why is multi-market equilibrium mathematically complex to calculate? Imagine trying to balance a giant network of interconnected springs, each pulling and pushing in different directions. That's similar to what economists face when calculating multi-market equilibrium. It's not just about finding where supply meets demand in one market. Instead, it involves multiple markets that are all linked together, like gears in a machine. When one gear turns, it affects the others. This makes the math much more complicated. In macroeconomics, markets for goods, labor, capital, and financial assets are all connected. If the price of oil changes, it can influence transportation costs, which then affect the prices of goods. These changes ripple through the entire economy. To find the equilibrium, economists need to solve a set of equations that describe each market's supply and demand. But because these equations depend on each other, they form a system that's hard to solve. Another reason it's complex is because the relationships between supply and demand are often nonlinear. That means a small change in price might cause a big change in demand or supply, or vice versa. These nonlinear relationships make the equations harder to solve because they don't follow simple, straight-line patterns. Instead, they curve and twist, requiring advanced mathematical techniques. Plus, sometimes markets can have more than one stable equilibrium. For example, in some cases, the economy might settle at a high or low level of output, depending on expectations or technological changes. Finding all these possible solutions adds to the difficulty. Economists need to identify which equilibrium makes the most sense in the real world. Dynamic feedback effects also add layers of complexity. Markets don't just influence each other once. They keep affecting each other over time, with expectations about future prices and policies playing a role. This means models must include time and change, making the calculations even more involved. The number of variables grows as more markets are included. Each market adds its own prices and quantities to the system. When you have many markets, the system becomes high-dimensional, meaning it has many equations and unknowns. Solving such a system requires powerful computers and sophisticated algorithms. Finally, to accurately calculate equilibrium, economists need precise data on prices, costs, incomes, and consumer preferences. Gathering and estimating this data is challenging. Small errors can lead to big mistakes in the results. All these factors combine to make multi-market equilibrium calculations a complex puzzle. It's like trying to solve a giant, interconnected maze where every turn affects the whole structure. That's why it takes advanced math, good data, and careful analysis to find the true equilibrium point across multiple markets.